Yeah.
Pets.com was my first failure, and boy, was it a big one. So at some point, I sort of kicked myself in the rear and said, get over yourself, get over it. This isn't who you are, and let's move forward. But in all honesty, it took a long time and too long. So sports helped me. Part of it was like, I've got to be objective about this. I can't take another's input because their input really isn't reflective of me. It's reflective of their own point of view and a point in time. And then I just got a little tougher.
Mm. I have always admired that about you. I admire many things about you, but you are you're so strong and you're so tenacious. And I'm curious, what were some of the ways that what were some of the lessons that you learned from the Pets.com collapse that inform or change the way that you lead now at The RealReal?
Well, let's go back a little further. And you brought this up at the beginning of the interview. When you're 8 years old and the oldest of 4 kids and you're told your mother's dying, that's pretty remarkable. It's a remarkable thing to do as a child, and it builds up a whole different set of characteristics that that most people, you don't want people to go through it, but it builds up a resilience. And in our sense, it ended up building up sort of a dark sense of humor because, first of all, they misdiagnosed her at first. They said she had encephalitis, and then later on it was MS. But she went through so many experimental treatments. So you always had this feeling like your mother's going to die. So at that point, as a kid, you just get on with it. But I was the oldest kid, so I took on a lot of responsibility. And I think that served me well even though a horrible thing, but that adversity serves me well when things happen. When I started this company, The RealReal, I felt like even if I failed, I'd already failed so publicly and so big that it didn't matter anymore. It's like, and I'd lived through it. So in an
All
odd
your
way,
fears were gone.
well, they were.
What's there to be scared of?
Well, you shouldn't be afraid of anyway, because what are you going to do? You're going to get up and do it again. People fail all the time. And who cares what other people think of you, as long as you're ethical and you're doing the right thing and you didn't do anything that's horrific. So you just look at it, and I think in a weird way, Pets.com was liberating, because I think one of the biggest things that stops people from succeeding is their fear of failure. Well, once you fail so big, so publicly, you're like, okay, I did that, and I'm here, and I'm alive, and it's fine. And it took a long time for it to be fine. But not only is it fine, but having that big failure frees you up. You're like, okay, I may fail again. And if I do, I'll get up again. So, it really did free me up.